live from Nashville, Tennessee. This is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, keenly awaited, highly anticipated edition of The Trading Floor with your humble hosts, Chris Irwin, Brad Reed, Johnny Guarco, and Jeremy Alexander. Some of another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, live life, and trade it. We got a packed house today, ladies and gentlemen, with trading royalty everywhere. We have Julie Coleman in the house. Julie's here. Guy McClear is here. Peg, Justin Linderman, Cheryl Mall, Donna Copeland, Doug Baker, Ulette, Gail, Jonathan Higgins, Lita Roberts, Maria Niels, Oliver, Paige Miranda. It's everyone. You're all here. We have a new student, new trader on the floor today, Ufredo. He's a learning, loving, enjoying life. Steven Steckler, Stan Jewell, Steven Jackson. All the winners. I love it. Packed house day, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Tech Giant Tuesday. Glad that you're here. A few things to look at. So on the DIA, I talked about yesterday, we want a black candle. There's the black candle. Interesting how that works. McAleer. Yes, I'm sorry. Sorry, guy. McAleer. Don't know why I did that. DIA got a black candle, some selling pressure. I'm interested to see what happens. Right? We have a 181.90 bullish trade. If we close on the DIA above there, I still semi-anticipate us trading down to this area. That's the buy zone. Look for the hourly to get extended, then buy with a nice hammer, longer-term bullish perspective. Bull put spread down here, still okay. And today, yesterday I mentioned I want a black candle, then a white candle close above our trigger. So if tomorrow we get a nice white candle close, I'm good with that. I'll buy the retest, but we'll see what's going on, and we'll figure out the issue. So I think it's interesting. There's the DIA, guys. We're still pounding out that resistance, trading a little bit sideways, no big deal. SPY, same thing, low volume. So keep in mind tomorrow we could easily get something like this. We really could, and if that's the case, I would consider that a confirmation. I'd consider that a close. I'd be bullish at that point. If that comes out to be the what happens, I guess, on the SPY. But at the moment, we're trading sideways. We haven't confirmed. I'm waiting. I'm still bullish non-directional, but that's really about it. QQQs, we gapped up. Nice little doji today. We still got the May week 1 debit spread. We're going to leave the trigger for the protective put exactly where it is, and then just simply say to ourselves at this point, well, I'm bullish non-directional. I'm interested to see what happens. I'm cool from here. IWM, same thing, guys, right? We talked about the gap. Trading down a little bit farther, back into the 50 again, getting some more congestion, some sideways movement, and overall, ladies and gentlemen, I still think we're going to have a little bit of a bearish pullback tomorrow, maybe this week, but if I am and we do move bullish, I'm absolutely A-okay with that, and I'm ready to see what transpires overall. Any questions, concerns, thoughts, or opposing views on the general market, ladies and gentlemen? What do you guys think? You guys good? Cool. You guys seem good. Today is Tech Giant Tuesday. Going up on a Tuesday. We have all kinds of things to look at. Let's check it out. Apple, number 1. So Apple, really, this is our trading plan. We got the 120 April week 4. Type in a 3. Let me see some 3s. Who did some put sales down there? I think Brian Bodie did a few. Ray Rue probably did. Ron McKee did. Ron's been doing put sales on Apple for a while. Ron, what is that, like your 49th put sale that you haven't gotten put stock or anything? Good for you, man. 1,000, he said. Yeah, it's been a while. Good for you, brother. Good. So April week 4, that's expiring this week. That put's pretty much worthless. Today is Tuesday. Anything can happen, but I'd be really, really shocked and surprised if Apple got down there. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, this is the exact trading plan for Apple. I'm waiting. I would just love it if we traded bearish into earnings and we gapped up. Just like last time. It would make me a very stupendously happy person if it plays out exactly like that. Because I will go bullish, especially if we gap above 130. I will risk my R, but I'm ready to do it. That's really it on earnings or on analysis on Apple. That's all we got. It's trading sideways, guys. Look at the moving averages. Boop. Sideways, very sideways. So Apple, we're good. We had some iron condors expire. We might try to find something for Apple tomorrow for a weekly spread, but I don't think we're gonna have too much to chat about on Apple. Amazon, we did make a higher high and a higher low on Amazon. We had a nice new white soldier, very extended buy the bounce intraday. Right, we talked about the hourly buy the bounce on Amazon. So here it is. There's the bounce on Amazon intraday. There's the pullback into approximately the 10 exponential on the hourly chart. So if you got a chance to play the bounce on Amazon as a day trade, you're making a little bit of R's today, which is great. On earnings, I personally think earnings is going to make it probably up to 407 if we do gap up. Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that this Amazon all-time high is 407, the all-time high. Look at this on the weekly chart. How crisp, right into the 10 and bouncing. Delicious. So if you are still in the Amazon trade, we talked about this being a bullish swing trade, about 2 months left, and we discussed that on the 24th of February. Today is the 21st of April. So that was really 2 months. We didn't quite reach the 407 target, but with earnings coming up this week, if you have calls or you had shares, you'd definitely be able to sell for a profit depending on where you got in. If you got, it really doesn't matter where you got in. You'd be able to sell for a profit today. Protective put came about 7 pennies away from getting triggered 3 or 4 times. But now that earnings is approaching, I think tomorrow we'll come up with more of an exact earnings strategy. We'll look at it a little bit more in depth, but here's pretty much the analysis. If Amazon gaps up and opens right at 407, look to fade a little bit. If Amazon gaps down but below, but opens above 375, probably bullish. Probably bullish. Look for the 50 EMA. 50. Oh wow, I can't type 50 EMA on the daily as a support. If Amazon opens below 360, massive trap gap. If Amazon opens, so there's a few things it can do. If it opens above, let's just say 408, nice retest gap. So something to keep in mind. Wow, it's a long note. All right, let's put that right here. I'm going to bring that up. I don't know why this is happening. Does this happen to anyone else today? The comment box is disappearing. What do you guys think? This is happening to me today. I don't know why that is. It just disappears. Maybe Yoav would know. Maybe it's a settings issue. Settings, text wrap, border, no. Let me try to format this. Format is nope, not that issue. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure why it's doing this. This is going to take about 3 minutes of time. Give me just 1 second. I got to figure it out. Amazon earnings plan. Very neutral. Likely will gap up. Excited to see what it does. Okay. Amazon real life trading. So I'm going to publish my chart and I'm going to see if those boxes are there. Ron says, could you look at a collar on Apple? Yeah, absolutely, man. Give me your buy-in price or your share value, Ron. Absolutely, man. You guys know. You ask, I do. Your will, my charts. All right, so give me just a moment. Ideas published. I'm going to go see if I can find the one I just published. See what it looks like. Give me a moment here. Give me a moment. It hasn't published yet. Oh, man. On the published chart, it looks like it's not showing up. All right, give me a moment. Let me refresh this. Try this again. Otherwise, I might have to email them, like, what's going on? Because I like my notes. Those are important. Yeah, nothing showed up. Well, I will figure it out. That's annoying. I guess that's all I will say for right now. All right, Ron wants to go look at Apple for a collar. Absolutely, man. Let's pull it up. Give me about 6 seconds for TradingView to work appropriately. So for a collar on Apple with a dollar cost average as low as you have, I wouldn't be massively afraid of a gap down. So what I would probably do if I was in your exact situation is I would sell a May call far away as I could. Because like I said, if it gaps above 130, it's gone. I would sell the 140 May call. All right. I'll write this in for you. Sell to open the 140 call. Since your dollar cost average is so low, I would buy. Now, this situation, you could do one of two things. You could buy one put here. So let's just say you have 200 shares, for example. Okay. 200 shares, you sell the 140 covered call for May expiration for 46 cents. And then you buy one put there, and then you buy another put way down here. Same expiration. The puts you could buy for May week 1. Sell to open the 140 May call. Buy to open May week 1 at the money put and very, very far out of the money put. How's that? Does that make sense, Ron? Because really 150 is kind of my target. I don't think we're going to get up to 140 by May, but if we gap the way I want to, I mean, I'm really thinking something similar to this will happen. So I would sell as far up as I could and then buy something like this, make those as short as possible because I don't think Apple's going to gap down that strongly if it does. If it does gap down at all, buy to close this covered call for nothing and then sell the 130 or 131 for May if it does gap down. That would be my plan. Good question, brother. All right, so let's look at Netflix. Netflix, so I did a little bit of an update today on Netflix because Jay asked a very, very good question. So Ms. Newall, thanks for bringing it up. So Jay said, what kind of support are we looking at on Netflix? And really, this gap is a massive support. I am bullish on Netflix. If you really want to figure out a good way to trade it, go look at Google from back in 2013. So Google, back in that day, took 1 month for the bullish wave rotation to take place since the gap. So it took like this, came in, and then bounced. That's what I'm looking for Netflix to do. Or that's my consideration. At least that's my thought process. So if we're trading Netflix, we could do some put sales on it in that gap. You know what? I'm going to make another wager. I got 2 wagers I want to make with you guys, and here's one of them. Let's see what kind of premiums in a 515. All right, 510. Here we go. 510 May, what was that, week 2? Yep, May week 2. May week 2 put sale. $1 limit. If this gap fills before, you know what? Hold on, I'll make it this really simple. If Netflix trades below, what's the low of this candle? 530. 530 before May 15th, Newsom will grow. What's his name? Jerry Munger? Jerry Munger. It's the guy we were just listening to before the break. No, it's not him. All right, let me try this again. YouTube Well, I'll figure out his name in just a few seconds. Because Irwin did this summertime. Mungo. Jerry Mungo. These sideburns right here. Chris Irwin wanted that to happen. So you guys probably can't hear the audio. I can hear the audio in my headset. You can, the recording so you can hear it. Those sideburns right there, which would take me probably about 4 or 5 months to make that happen, but what do you guys think? Sound look good? No, just the sideburns, not the fro. So it's gonna look a little weird.
That is awesome. We got some quality bets today, guys. Like between the dress
and that one. It's gonna be a good month,
one,
guys. So here we go.
Gonna be a great
that's
month.
my wager. I'm starting to get back to the wagering. Wager on 4/21/15 to 18 Eastern Standard Time. There we go. The wager is on, boys and girls. So you guys feel free to take a screenshot, see what it does. And speaking of really quick, that's the only trade I have on Netflix, by the way, guys. I don't have anything else. You can either do a put sale or just wait for the bullish wave rotation on the daily because we're really, really extended. So this being the case, then, you guys have everything to gain, nothing to lose. MYL is the other ginormous wager that I've got. Do you guys remember this? The dress is back, ladies and gentlemen. Irwin talked me into it. So the wager is on MYL. MYL will go $1 higher, aka it will reach at least 75, 76 before earnings, or Jeremy will wear a dress in Walmart. Date of the analysis: 4/21/15, 1:18 Eastern Standard Time. You know,
it was oddly
I
easy to
feel
talk you into
like
that,
I
Jeremy.
owe it,
by the way,
and it needed to happen, and I was more or less waiting for something I was so confident, I was dressed confident on, and it's been a while. Is that Greg Peters in the house? Greg, what's up, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while, man. I'm glad to have you here. And a while being like a week.
I think you just coined a new phrase too, man. You're dress confident on a trade.
Dress confident. Yep, that is a new phrase. So that's enough, guys. So we have 2 massive wagers now going towards the future. Linderman says it's gonna be a black or a blue dress. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. We're gonna have to figure it out. I just got filled on something. Probably we got stopped out or trailed out on hog. That's probably what happened. Was it trail out? Let me just look really quick. So swing traders just paused for me. Oh, we hit the low? All right. Sweet. I am fully out of HOG, personally. If you're not, feel free to take your stop down and trail it and continue to trail it. The reason I went all out is because like I told you guys, the third hour, I'm going to do my best to focus as much on swing trades as I can in the first 45 minutes. In the last 15 minutes, we'll look at day trades. So we'll come back and look at hog, but that's really exciting. Very, very good trade. Lita said, I hope you still have Prasad's monkey dress from the Walmart. It's going to be fun. This is going to be exciting. I'm really, really stoked about this. So MYL. So we got 2 big wagers, guys. Netflix and MYL. Hopping back over here to Google. Here's Google. So on Google, Robert Meek and everyone, and Martin said he exited his bear call spread. The bull put spread just fine on Friday. So you guys were asking about that. He exited. He got 1R. Everything is good. Beautiful. Thumbs up. I'm super, super stoked. So at this point, I'm going to move this guy down a little bit. And here's what I want on earnings. You guys ready? Earnings. If Google opens above, and this is 563.77, I'm bullish. Learn to spell, Newsom. That would be great. If we gap down below 5, if Google gaps down below 5, really 528, 528. I'm bearish. That's it right there. I'll copy and paste that for you guys in the room if you can't see it. I got the bracket so you guys can still kind of see the bracket there. That is for just visual effect, if you will. I still like both of those trades. And for my day traders or my swing traders, if we gap in those locations, that is going to be something to really, really keep in mind. Because if we do gap in either or, that's going to be great sentiment for either a bear call spread, bull put spread, something like that. So we'll see. So Google, done. Netflix, done. Amazon, done. Let's go look at the other things that you guys wanted to look at today. So Apple and Amazon, done. Netflix, Google, done. Let's go look at Baidu, Facebook. And so here's Baidu. Baidu, we don't have anything going on other than a simply sensational Iron Condor. Oh my, wow. I get too excited over this stuff and I apologize. I get too excited. But this Iron Condor, man, resistance right there, support right there. I love it. That expires this Friday. So we got the 222.50, 225 bear call spread. The high of today was 217. I think this is glorious. That's a very, very healthy 10% ROI for a week and a half on a spread. I know a few of you guys got into that particular trade. Martin Reyes, another glorious spread down here, brother. 200, 195. Awesome job on that. Earnings are next week, so this is going to expire, and then earnings are coming up on Baidu, which will come up with the plan from there at that point. Facebook, guys, earnings is approaching. So we have Facebook. I will, since we're here, I'll update us on the day trade. So again, if you did do the limit buy that we were talking about, it was a really, really good pop this morning or this afternoon. If you did do a limit buy, we did move up our stop, and you'd have gotten stopped out for just a smidge of risk, about a half of an R and some change. So that's totally fine. The daily chart, here's what we're looking at on the daily chart. Earnings, can you guys verify? Is it tomorrow after? It's probably tomorrow after close. Is that right? Tomorrow after close? Steven says yes. Okay. Beautiful.
422 after close.
So this is going to be pretty simple, guys. If Facebook opens above 86, very bullish gap. If Facebook gaps down but opens above 80, likely buyable. If Facebook gaps down below, really need to take out this low right here, 76.86, bearish until the channel support line. Support line of 73. In the weather time, and so there's the plan. We'll see. From there, I have no idea what's going to happen. Is anyone here in shares of Facebook still? I know a few of you guys are. You guys have been emailing me. Most of my recording students. A lot of my recording students are swing traders. That's the thing. I keep that in mind. All right, so they work during the day. They come back. So I know a lot of my recording students are in swing trade. Stands in some. An 86 or an A7 covered call, I think, is pretty delicious for this week. Because really, since it comes out, we'll know, if it gaps above, we can buy to close the call and just let the stock run if it opens right here. If it opens up here somewhere, it probably will still run, So it really depends on this gap, where it goes and what happens with it. But this is a very, very interesting look on Facebook. Here's the weekly. The weekly chart, ladies and gentlemen, it has a little bit of a new white soldier going on. So the weekly is kind of having a little new white soldier. Looks nice. Kind of like a flag pattern coming in. So I'm super pumped. Super pumped to see what happens on Facebook over earnings already. Facebook is another good one to do a straddle or strangle on. It is fun. Where did that box go? What in the world? TradingView's being really weird. Maybe I need to restart my computer. Look at that. The box just disappeared. Do you guys see this? This is like X-Files stuff right here. How did the box just disappear? Now I'm probably going to have two. Very strange. Very strange, TradingView. I need to send them a recording of this and show them. Anyway, all right, I'll get on. Speaking of X-Files, it's coming back for 6 episodes, says Justin Linderman. I had a lady tell me when I was 14 that I looked like David Duchovny, and I had no idea who David Duchovny was, so I went to check it out. I was like, I look like that guy? And then I watched 4 or 5 of the X-Files, and I was like, eh. It's good, but aliens do not scare me. Interesting side note, as you guys know, Signs is one of my favorite movies. I don't know. I think it really just has things to do with the plot, the story, how they put everything together. It's really suspenseful without being. It's just a good M. Night Shyamalan movie. But otherwise, alien movies usually aren't my favorite. I'm not afraid of aliens. I'm not afraid. So, everyone said I'm trying not to make fun of you for that. That's okay. That's fair. You can make fun of me. It's no big deal. I don't know. It's just such a solid film. But, I did see Alien, yeah. I saw Alien. Classic film. Facebook, done. Now, Cheryl had a very good question. So, Cheryl's question was on this put sale that we have expiring this week. So, we had the $28 put sale. Again, I didn't really think that we're going to trade massively higher than this resistance. Boom, boom, boom. I think we're going to begin to form a channel. If we trade back down on earnings, we'll come back and look at DDD again on earnings. If we come back down, I think the same thing will be great, right? Bull put spread, put sale, buying some shares, something like that. But at this moment, if you did the 28 put sale, that was a 46-cent premium. Beautiful. So Pat K, Cheryl, good trade for both of you ladies. It expires this week. Just let it die and go to option heaven. Hopefully it does. We got 3 days left. It should work out okay. This wager, I didn't really have a wager on it, I guess, but it did work out, as you guys can see. On the 10th of April, I wanted to hit the 100 simple moving average and hit the 100 simple moving average on the 15th, which is the 3rd trading day. So I think I can get that one off. Good stuff. So there's DDD. Let's go look at Twitter. Let's go check out the Twitter. Twitter. Dan, he had a beautiful bull put spread. April 44.43. That expired profitable. Good job, Mr. Walsh. Massively proud of you. At this point, I mean, it's a bullish 2 to 3 month swing trade. We've been making some higher highs and higher lows. I forget what student exited on that day and this day. She did very, very well. Was it you, Elantra? It was one of my ladies. It was either I forget who it was. One of you ladies out there. Great trade. Exited. She had the bullish entry back here and exited, I believe, on that day right there. So earnings is approaching on the 28th, which is next week. We have a day or two to look at this. I guess we'll see. We'll talk about it next week. Bottom line, I'm not doing anything really until earnings. If it gaps up above 53.57, I'm bullish. If we gap down below there, I'm bearish. If we gap all the way down to here, I'll probably buy, and if we gap below there, I'm bearish again. So Twitter is going to be a good one to do a straddle on or strangle. But keep in mind, if we do trade up to 55.76, we likely will pause there. And that's like if I had a call option, I would sell some of them up there. Because it's just really kind of channeling. It's doing a very interesting pattern. So Twitter, not much going on. GoPro is also going to be really exciting about earnings. So we had the 44.43 weekly bull put spread. That expired profitable. Good for you guys. Boom, thumbs up. This trade, bullish swing trade, has already played out. It's done its thing. We didn't fully hit. We haven't hit 49.22, but the one guy in this trade, Justin Linderman, that I'm aware of, has already exited. So the Linderman wedge has appeared to work. We'll see what it does on earnings. Realistically, if we gap down to 37.57 again, we'll probably buy it. and we'll go from there. Stan, on GoPro or Twitter? Your bull put spread. Twitter. All right. Let me hop back over to Twitter really quick for my boy Stan. That is far away, but I like it. Stan J has a 43.50, 42.50 May week 1 bull pit spread. So it's over earnings, but it's very far. Very, very far away. Cool deal, man. I like it. GoPro, we got some resistance, 49.22. We'll just wait until earnings, guys, to see what it does. I'm moderately bullish, not fantastically bullish by any means. My good friend Maria, who I get to see on the cruise, I'm super excited about that, Maria. She was asking about El Pollo Loco being more bullish than bearish. I am slightly bullish on El Pollo Loco. El Pollo Loco. Had a good retest right here in El Pollo Loco. Bounce off that retest right off the 100, and that gap sure was nice. So I could have a trigger for protective put around 26.41. Since earnings is coming up again next week, we got some resistance right here. That's really my target before earnings, 29.38. I'll be semi-surprised if we can get up there, and we'll find out what's going on. But looks decent. I like it. Looks pretty. We'll absolutely come back and look at that a little bit more. Tesla. So on Tesla. So here's what we got on Tesla. So as of right now, this looks kind of like a bullish wave rotation to me. Doesn't look that bad at all. We got a retest gap right here. We got a retest gap right here. We're traded up higher into the 100, broke through, and it appears that we're going to close above the 100 simple moving average today. And today's a new white soldier. So Stan is still in the 177.50, 175 bull put spread. We still got the bull put spread down here, and we legged into the bear call spread on the 17th of April. We're going to be keeping a very, very close eye on the bear call spread. More or less, I won't worry about it unless we make a higher high or higher low tomorrow. If you want to consider another bull put spread, 195 or 200 looks pretty decent, even for my swing trader. So let me come into the hourly chart. Okay, here's the hourly. So we're getting a little bit of a pullback on Tesla. Really, if we pull back to 206, I think this is some type of double bottom. I would still be kind of bullish on Tesla. We got really, really good volume that came in earlier this morning. So a bull put spread down here would be the safest, 197 or below. But a 200, 197.50 bull put spread for this week is about 14 cents. So it's about 5% return. And I know one person who got in that. His name is Troy. Troy, 200, 197.50 bull put spread weekly. Tesla. This thing could move. Arthur said, say Tesla with a Sean Connery accent. I think it's the best Sean Connery I can do. I can say one word in Sean Connery, but that's it. This looks lovely. I'm Bond. Such a solid James Bond Sean Connery was. Robert Meek is also in. Okay. Robert Meek is also in 195 or 200, 195. So there's a lot of spreads going on this week. I guess is what we're looking at on Tesla. I am a little bit more bullish. I imagine this could be some flag type of pattern. So if you're considering exiting the bear call spread today for this week, you can. Because like I said, the only thing holding that back is really the 100. And now we got this wick. So if we get above 213, I would probably consider exiting the bear call spread. We'll look at it much more tomorrow on Weekly's Wednesday. But today is a nice new white soldier. So if we do make a higher high, higher low, I am going to be a smidge more bullish than bearish on Tesla. Looks good. That was terrible. What else do we want to look at today? Okay, TTW and FUYE. TTWO. So with the earnings coming up, this looks like a very interesting pattern down here, right? We talked about doing either some put or some share to do, but this is a very interesting triangle. Bottom line, whatever direction this triangle breaks out of on earnings is probably the direction to go. Because it is in a buy low, sell high scenario. Definitely, I definitely say that word scenario. But Take-Two Interactive, good support around 24.21 from a very, very delicious gap. And if we break that gap, I'm more bearish than bullish. Ultimately, if you're starting to pick up any shares on Take-Two Interactive, this is a location to do it. We'll just kind of see what plays out on earnings. FEYE. So FEYE was another similar trade that we're looking at, very similar to Facebook today. Had an interesting little gap up. Some traders were looking to go bullish right there. We missed the entry, so I said, hey, if you wanted it, you want to talk about a limit buy, great. So boom, boom, trade came up a little bit, and you might have gotten stopped out for a little bit of a, half of an R loss. I think initial stop was down here. But FEY, not one I took. The only trade I traded today personally was Harley Davidson, which we did well on. But FireEye, decent trade. As far as the swing trade's concerned, I got Daniel Zenos. I'll go ahead and give him credit. He is looking for FireEye to go bearish, which is really interesting because this is a pretty strong bullish gap, but he's basing that off of some fib levels. So I'll go ahead and say if FireEye rolls over, Daniel Zenos called it. I mean, almost to the penny. He had some fibs that were kind of ending up here. So we'll see how that rolls over. But otherwise, decent gap on the hourly. Kind of interested to see how that plays out. But it did come up to some resistance. Earnings are next week. And if you did buy some shares or do some put sales down here, you're pretty profitable in that right now. We'll see what FireEye does on earnings. And bottom line, if we get some really good gap up, I mean, we're looking at something like that. If we do trade down, awesome. But if we do gap up above 46.53, or I'm sorry, 46.53 on FireEye, I'm pretty bullish at that level. IBM was Yawnville. Yawnville didn't do anything. So my boy Stan, he's in a nice bull put spread down here, nice and safe bull put spread. We went bear call spread hunting up here. Bear call spread. Zero money. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Zero. Goose egg. Nil. What's another good word for zero? Nada. That's where I wanted a nice. That's where I wanted a nice bear call spread. There's just nothing there. So what can you do? That's really it, guys. I don't really have any analysis on IBM. The best analysis I have at the moment is if, right, good keyword, if we do trade any lower, then I would consider a bull put spread off of 152, but that's it. That's all we got. Boring. Yawnville. Microsoft hanging out down here. We had a April week 2 put sale, $39.50, that expired profitably, and earnings is coming up around the corner. Bottom line on earnings, whatever pivot we take out is probably the direction that we're going to go. So on Microsoft, somewhere in this pivot. Otherwise, I don't think it's going to do much. So if it gaps down to here, bearish. If it gaps above here, bullish. If it gaps anywhere in between there, on the morning of earnings, depending on what it does, you could consider getting into a long iron condor. So let me actually draw that in here. Clone droid. So there's a little bit of a resistance here, which we're obviously experiencing. And then there's some right here. Okay. Let's see what it does. If it opens flat on earnings this week, guys, you could consider a long-term iron condor. There's the bear call spread. There's the bull put spread down here. So if we open, I don't know, 42, you begin initiation of the iron condor strategy. That's what I would think. Microsoft, done. Hewlett Packard, ticker symbol HPQ. Kind of the same thing. I was looking to go more bearish than bullish, truthfully, with a close. $30 just didn't happen. So, it kind of bounced off the 100, simple. Ford is in shares. Ford, Schwartz, give me an update. Let me see if you're here, Mr. Schwartz. Let me see if you are here. Nope, you're not here right now. So if you watch the recording, give me an opportunity to update on this if you don't mind. And just let me know what your current position is on the collar. I mean, awesome for you. You know, April did expire worthless. So, yeah, I really don't know. Just keep me posted. So I'm going to put Ford in shares. Was in collar update. Was in collar update. We'll see what's going on there. So there's Hewlett Packard. Any other tech stock you guys want to look at? I wrote down a few. MYL. So we talked about MYL in regards to the wager. Swing traders, keep an eye on this trade because I realize that earnings is coming up. The best way to play MYL is going to be on the hourly. And I can see that it does look a little bearish. So hopefully for you guys, I'm wrong. But here's the hourly chart. So I think what would be sensational is if we pull into the hourly around 71 and bounce. That would be great. But MYL, I'm going to go ahead and write it down. Keep an eye on the hourly EMAs and buy the bounce. Man, that's a large wager, guys. That is a large wager. MYL, nice. Peg wanted me to look at GasLog, GLOG. So earnings kind of mid-May. And my thought process on this is semi-simple. We're closing above a really, really good resistance, and we are closing above there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak into the hourly chart really quick. Here's the hourly chart, and I'm going to write into the plan. Appears to be breaking out of a resistance. If GLOG gaps down to 2250 on 4/22/15, buy the retest hourly around 2150. Analysis on 4/22/15. 4/21/15. So for my swing traders, keep an eye on a pullback on GLOG. It appears that if I had just a normal end of day entry, it would be triggering in about 60 seconds. We'll be right about there. So if tomorrow we do pull back a little bit more, which we might, because this is a retest gap on the hourly. If we do pull back a little bit more, good buying opportunity on GLOG. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish this one. Potential breakout. Nice candle and volume today. Long. And guess what I'm going to do? Peg K. You got yourself a tag on Real Life Trading. TradingView. Greg Peters, thank you so much for that information. I appreciate it. That's awesome. I'm going to look at three more. I got to look at MRGE for Justin Linderman's buddy Rao. So I'll do that in just a moment. And then we'll look at earnings and what's going on. We might go a tad long today, potentially. Autodesk. Autodesk looks a little bullish. I think I have to sneeze again. Give me a second. It went away. If I mute really quick, that's why. Bullish entry was 61.86. 5 days later, we triggered the protective put, and that thing ran hard down bearish, which is good. That's what protective puts are for. So you would have actually probably made a little bit of money on that particular trade. Autodesk, earnings are late May, but I do like a bullish trend here. I mean, we're making higher highs and higher lows. We're just doing it very pathetically. I don't have a directional entry, but to be more bullish than bearish, I think I could do some put sales or some bull put spreads. Let's just see if there's any money in them. May is all we got. Okay, so May 57.50. Okay. He's still there. That's funny. 57.50, 55. So we could sell, and we're looking at right at 10 cents. We could sell for 54. We could buy for 28 at market. So that's 4.14.62. All right, 26 cents. That's a 10% return. I dig it. 57.50, 55, bull put spread, May expiration, 25-cent limit. Okay, I will only look at this spread if ADSK closes below the 100 SMA. Analysis on 4/21/15. Arthur Pierce, you still been practicing your bull put spreads, man? Publish the idea, ADSK. Bull put spread. More bullish than bearish as far as the trend goes. Okay, so I'm kind of long, but not massively. ADSK, real life trading, bull put spread. Boom, boom. I will send that one out to the world. When the weather's hot, da-da-ba-da-ba-dum. Got that song in my head. Any questions so far, ladies and gentlemen, on anything in particular? Okay. 5507. 67. All right. Give me just a few moments. I'm going to put this into the worksheet. Credit spread. Scroll down. There's been a few others, but 4/21/15. ADSK, I don't want to forget about it. 57.50, 55. Easily 25-cent limit. I mean, that's going to fill immediately because the market's 26 cents. Trading floor. All right, sweet. I'm going to go ahead and get out of Logix. Good trade on Hog, guys. That makes me happy. We needed that one. Autodesk. Okay, let's go look at CMG. Now, CMG has earnings tomorrow after close. No, I'm sorry. Tonight after close. Tonight. So CMG, we're in the last 15 minutes. Really, if we gap above today's high, I'll put if CMG opens above 701.50, nice bullish gap. If CMG gaps down, could consider a bear call spread. Only bearish gap I like is below 650. There we go. So there's CMG. We already looked at DDD. Let's go look at MRGE for RAW. Is that MRGE? Merge Healthcare Incorporated. So volume's a little light and earnings is approaching. So earnings are the 29th of April. So they're right around the corner. What's interesting on this particular trade is we've got to remember in this situation to buy low, sell high. As you can see, MRGE was really $2 back in October. Now it's $5. So a massive, 100% growth. Very, very good resistance at 469. That's where we want to buy this thing if we can pull back on earnings. That is the place where we want to buy because this is a nice little distribution phase right here. Beautiful gap action. We broke out, running really high. I don't know what it's going to do on earnings, but this is where I would sit back and wait for some type of pullback into this gap, buying in the gap, and then ultimately, if it's a buy and hold trade, target be up about 673. So it's a strong move. So this is the daily chart. Again, it was a decent gap. I don't know what's going to happen on earnings, so I will simply say this. If MRG gaps down on earnings, 469-ish is a great buying location. Old breakout level. Stop would be around $4 and target 673. There you go. Now we just kind of wait. So since earnings is coming up and it's the healthcare, I mean, anything is possible with healthcare. If we get some selling pressure and we come back into there, I love it. Looks good. Buy low, sell high. Keep that in mind. And if we have this trend, it continues, let it trade sideways a little bit and then buy it, because right now it's just going up a little too straight and we need some resting to happen overall. Continuing to talk a little bit about earnings, Yahoo. Dan Walsh, your April Iron Condor on Yahoo expired profitable. Very good job, man. I'm proud of you. So now we have earnings to talk about. Stan is in a May covered call. Here's the only two brackets that I have. 46.23. If Yahoo opens above 46.23, bullish gap and go. If Yahoo opens below, what price is this? 41.80, bearish retest gap. If Yahoo opens semi-flat, consider again a Iron Condor. There we go. I mean, why not? It's trading majestically sideways. Here's your long term. Stan says, I'm happy to let it go if it gaps up. I believe it, man. You know, I don't know if it will. And if it doesn't, you can do another one. But yeah, if we open up above 46, it could run a little bit. I'm sure you'd be happy to get exercise at 48, be making a nice little profit. That's really where we want it to gap to, right about there. You know what? 46.50. Because let's get above the 100 simple, and that would be perfect. If we open like right here, 46.75, that's a perfect gap to me. So swing traders, keep that in mind as well. CREE, Cree. Can you take me higher? With arms wide open under the moonlight. Creed, ticker symbol CR. I was singing Creed. It's close. Zane says, wow, because he's very impressed at my singing. I'm positive. 32.65. Creed, I'm just kidding. Creed needs to gap down below 32.65 to be a nice bearish gap. And an open, sorry, an open above 36.50 is okay. Best bullish gap is an open above 40. Every time I come over here, guys, I gotta sing that song on Cree. So hopefully for your sake, tomorrow, ticker symbol CREE does not have a good gap, and we're not trading it all day. Otherwise, I'll be singing Creed all day. All day long. All right, Discovery Financial Services. Earnings, very, very interesting location where we are located. So a gap up above 60.34, a gap up above, I'm actually going to do 60.50, is a nice bullish gap. above 62 is the best one. A bearish gap, make sure Discover Financial Services opens below 56. There we go. Again, that's for my swing traders as well. My swing traders, if we open, 58 and some change, I'm not massively bearish on a day trade. However, hopping into a bear call spread up there is a no-brainer to me. If we gap down just a little bit. Because we got the 100, we got the 200, we got a little bit of a bearish retest gap. You are trapping some people. You got a resistance right there. Yep. Who swings? I was about to say he swings, he scores, but that's two totally different analogies put together. Infinera Corporation, INFN. We have earnings. I don't really like a bearish gap at all. I mean, if we gap below 1746, it would be okay. Probably into the 100. So you might be able to make a little bit of coinage off that. But if we gap right to the 100, so let's say we gap to here, I think that's going to be fade worthy. Because it's a very, very strong trend. If we gap up above 2071, I'm bullish. Let me write this down. I don't know why I'm talking about it. If we gap up, decent bullish gap. If we gap up huge, could be a fade. I don't love any gap downs. 100 SMA is decent buying location. What do you guys think on INFN, Infinera? That's what I got. I mean, if it opened at 1830, just takes out this wick, it'll still be good. It would be a good bearish gap, but then you got some targets around 17. I mean, it's okay, right? It doesn't look amazing. So Stan's got a 16 put, which again I think is a great place to buy the shares if it does pull down to that level. So we'll see. Let's go look at Walmart. Walmart got a nice little black candle today. Again, earnings kind of approaching, so we'll keep an eye on that and see what's going on. Best Buy looks a little similar. Best Buy, we got the head and shoulders pattern. I'm more bearish and bullish down to the 200 simple moving average. First Solar is very similar to watching paint dry at the moment. I don't know what color paint it would be, but it's definitely some type of coloration other than green. Because it's just really chilling, not doing much at all. Bed Bath & Beyond, got a little bit of a doji today. I'm expecting or kind of hoping for a bearish rollover. Here's the EMAs. So trying to come into the 10, which is about 73.05. And if we come into the hourly chart, we're failing the 50 a little bit. The 50 is at 72.91. So I'm hoping Bed Bath & Beyond continues to roll over. Still got an ultimate target on that guy down at 70. And my stop is really right above the high of the day on Bed Bath & Beyond. What do you guys want to look at for tomorrow for Weeklies Wednesday? Oh, I didn't talk about the Morningstar supported as a general theme. Snap. All right, I'm going to make that a little bit bigger so I see it this time. I said it yesterday, too. I was like, I'm going to see that. No, I didn't see it. Tomorrow's third hour, what do you guys want to look at? Chipotle for sure. Tesla, absolutely. It's going to have something fun for us. LinkedIn, maybe. LinkedIn, Google, no. Netflix, maybe something on Netflix out there. FAS for sure. Anything else you guys want to look at? Lead is typing. eBay. All right, let's look at some eBay. And we'll go look at eBay earnings really quickly as well. eBay having earnings really approaching. The only thing I like about eBay is a gap down below 52.50. Here's 52.50. I'm sorry. This is 52.50. A gap down below 55 is okay. A gap down below 52.50 is great. Really, really nice. A gap up if I had shares, I would probably be doing a covered call, and that's really it. I wouldn't do much else because it's really kind of boring. So the gap up to me, we're still on eBay, still trying to break out of this resistance zone. Very, very strong resistance zone on eBay between 57.42 and 60. As much as Carl Eye Candy wants this one to go higher, it's been definitely battling. So this is a very, very long-term distribution phase, and here's your 100, 200. So if it did gap down and we made it down to this level, I think it'd be another good buying opportunity. So we'll see. Higgins says CE. Calanese Corporation for a swing trade. That is a nice gap. I'm looking bullish around this 64 level. Let's come back and look at that one tomorrow. Might be able to get some type of good weekly spread on CE. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, traders from around the world, phenomenal day. We actually had a good afternoon trade. Yay! The mornings have been sensational. The afternoons have been a little bit boring. They really kind of have. But on Hog, one good trade. It was beautiful. So it was a 3R trade for me. Hope it went well for you. Almost 3Rs. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you guys rock. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow for Weeklies Wednesday. And until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. See ya.